Welcome to Moments of Stillness, a place to slow down and find peace within yourself. Today, let's talk about the feeling of emptiness. Even when you have everything. Why? Have you ever sat quietly in your room, surrounded by everything you once dreamed of? A stable job, people who love you, comfort, safety, yet still felt hollow inside? You're not sad, not exactly lonely, just empty. There's no specific reason for it, no clear cause. Life seems fine on the outside, but inside it feels like something is quietly missing. That feeling is more common than we think. Many people experience it, a quiet void that sits beneath the surface of a seemingly complete life. You smile, you talk, you go through your daily routines, but somewhere deep down, there's a soft ache that refuses to be named. Sometimes you might even feel guilty for feeling this way. You tell yourself, I have everything I need. I should be grateful. There are so many people who have less. But emotions don't follow logic. Emptiness doesn't come from a lack of things. It comes from a lack of connection between your soul and the life you're living. We're taught to believe that happiness is about having more achievements, more love, more comfort, more recognition. So we chase after those things, thinking that when we finally reach them, we'll feel fulfilled. But once we get there, the joy fades faster than we expect. What follows is that quiet, familiar whisper. Is this all there is? And that whisper opens the door to emptiness. Because deep down, you realize maybe all the things you gained cannot fill what's truly missing inside. The world outside looks full, but your heart still feels like an unlit room. Emptiness often appears when we've drifted too far from ourselves. When we live to meet expectations, to fit into molds, to please others, we lose touch with what makes us feel alive. You keep doing, achieving, moving, but the spark inside you grows dimmer. You might be succeeding, yet not feeling alive. There are people who have everything others dream of, success, wealth, admiration, but at night, when everything quiets down, they still feel lost. Others are in relationships that look perfect on the surface, yet inside, they carry an unexplainable loneliness. That's because emptiness isn't failure, it's a signal. It's your soul gently whispering, come home to yourself. We fear emptiness as if it were a dark hole waiting to swallow us. But in truth, it's not a void meant to destroy. It's a pause, a stillness that your soul creates when it's been ignored for too long. Like a room that has been too noisy, it finally goes silent, not to scare you, but to remind you of how tired you are of the noise. We live in a world that values doing over being. We know how to work hard, achieve, prove ourselves, but few of us know how to simply feel. We stay busy so we don't have to face the quiet. We fill every moment with distraction, screens, conversations, plans, afraid that if we stop, the emptiness will catch up to us. But the truth is, the more we run, the louder it echoes. Emptiness doesn't mean you lack something external. It means you've lost connection with your inner world, with what you love, what you believe in, what makes your heart truly light up. When you no longer know what excites you, what gives your days meaning, that's when you begin to feel hollow. Sometimes we live out of habit rather than choice. We follow the path that seems right, the one others approve of, the one that feels safe. But then one day, your heart quietly asks, is this what I really want? And if the answer is uncertain, emptiness begins to grow. But that emptiness is not the end. It's the beginning of a new kind of awareness. It's the space between chapters, the quiet before transformation. When something inside you feels empty, it may be because something new is trying to take shape. Just as a garden needs space to grow, your heart sometimes needs to clear itself out, to make room for what's real. So instead of running from it, try sitting with it. Don't rush to fix it. Don't drown it out with noise. Just breathe, slowly and deeply, and let yourself feel. When you sit quietly with your emptiness, you might realize it's not as frightening as it seemed. Beneath it lies something true, maybe a sadness you've been holding back, a longing you've ignored, or simply the need to rest and breathe again. There's nothing wrong with feeling empty. Don't judge yourself for it. Don't force yourself to feel better. Real healing doesn't come from pretending. It comes from honesty. From saying, yes, this is how I feel right now, and allowing that truth to exist without shame. Start small. Give yourself permission to slow down. Sit with a cup of tea, take a quiet walk, listen to the sound of rain, write a few honest words in a notebook. Let the world move a little slower around you. You don't have to fill every silence. Sometimes silence itself is what heals you. When you stop running from emptiness, you begin to hear what it's been trying to tell you all along. Maybe it's been saying, "You've lived too long trying to please everyone but yourself." Maybe it's whispering, "You've been chasing what you thought would make you worthy of love." But love and peace don't come from performing. They come from being. The truth is, your emptiness can only be filled with authenticity. Not achievements, not recognition, not possessions, but real connection to who you are. Do something, anything that feels true. Paint, write, sing, talk to someone from the heart, plant something, breathe fresh air, look at the sky. It doesn't have to be impressive. What matters is that it's real. The human soul doesn't crave perfection. It craves presence. It just wants to be seen, to be heard, to be allowed to exist, quietly, simply, without pretending. When you allow yourself that kind of stillness, something shifts. You start to feel a soft warmth return to your chest. The emptiness doesn't vanish overnight, but it begins to soften, like ice melting in spring. Maybe one day you'll look back and realize that this emptiness was never your enemy. It was the space that allowed you to grow, the pause that helped you understand what truly matters. Emptiness teaches us humility, that no matter how much we achieve, we are still human, still searching, still fragile. It reminds us that we are not made to only have, but to feel, to connect, to be alive. Happiness, then, is not about having everything. It's about having alignment between what you have and who you are. When your outer life begins to reflect your inner truth, the emptiness fades on its own. So if today you feel empty, don't rush to fill it with distractions. Don't chase another goal just to escape the silence. Instead, ask yourself softly, what makes me feel alive? Maybe you won't know right away. That's okay. The act of asking is already the beginning of coming home. And as you listen, truly listen, you'll find that the answer was always there, waiting quietly beneath the noise. Emptiness isn't a punishment, it's an invitation. It's the doorway through which you return to your soul. It's the silence that helps you hear what truly matters. One day, you'll look back and be grateful for this space, because it's an emptiness that you finally learned to feel again. It's when you thought you'd lost meaning that you discovered what meaning truly is. Happiness doesn't come from adding more people, more success, more noise. It comes from feeling deeply what's already here. Not from more, but from enough. Not from doing, but from being. And when your soul feels heard again, the emptiness inside will begin to fill. Not with excitement, not with distraction, but with peace. Quiet, gentle peace. Because maybe emptiness was never the absence of something. Maybe it was the space your soul created, waiting for you to come home. Thank you for spending this quiet moment with Moments of Stillness. If this video helped you feel a little calmer, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a breath of peace today. Until next time, stay gentle, stay mindful, and find calm in every moment.